Hi, I'm Anindita Das Bhattacharjee. In the previous video, I briefly explained about how physics, chemistry, electronics, and many other scientific disciplines are interrelated. In this video, I'm going to explain in details how binary digits are derived from physics, chemistry, and electronics. Also, I will talk about DRAM, SRAM, CPU, and storage with their internal working functionality in the context of computer architecture. This video is beneficial for all the engineering students in the first year and also helpful to build concepts which are required to clear job interviews. We built computers to expand our brain. Initially, scientists built computers to solve arithmetic, but they turned out to be incredibly useful for many other things as well. Running the program, internet, artificial brains, or simulating universe. But amazingly, all of it boils down to just flipping zeros and ones, known as binary. Computer is an electronic device. Fortunately, even with just two states of electricity, we can represent important information. We call this representation binary, which literally means of two states. However, it might feel that two states isn't much to work with. But this is exactly what we need for representing the values true and false. In computers, an on state when electricity is flowing represents true. Off states, no electricity flowing represents false. We can also write binary as ones and zeros known as bits instead of true and false. So till now, binary is used by computers for representing programs and files. Everything a computer does comes down what is known as microtransistors. Simple tiny switches, it has two states on and off with a very weak electrical charge. With decimal numbers, there are only 10 possible values. A single digit can be of 0 through 9. If a number is larger than 9, then we have to add number in front. The same thing follows in binary. Let's take an example. Take the number 347. What this number actually represents is 3 times 100, 4 times 10, and 7 times 1. If we add them all together, we get 347. Notice how each column has a different multiplier. In this case, we have 100, 10, and 1. Each multiplier is 10 times larger than 1 to the right, just because each column has 10 possible digits to work with 0 through 9, after which you have to carry on with the next column. This is known as best end notation or known as decimal notation, since deci means 10. So binary works exactly the same way. It is just base 2 notation just because we have only two possible notation in binary 1 and 0. This means that each multiplier is 2 times larger than the column to its right. Instead of hundreds, tens, and ones, we write fours, twos, and ones. Take, for example, the binary number 110. This means we have 1 4, 1 2, and 0 ones, and add them all together, we get 6 with base 10. If we want to represent larger number, binary needs lots more digit. Let's take the binary number 100, 110. We can convert it to decimal in the same way. We have 1 times 32, 0 times 16, 0 times 8, 1 times 4, 1 times 2, and 0 times 1, which all adds to 38 base 10. Any number up to 255 is known as byte. It uses 8 on transistors, 8 bits we can say. How to spell things in binary? This means how to spell things in ASCII. American Standard Code for Information Interchange is a way to convert computer data which can only be numbers into letters. ASCII simply assigns a character to each value represented by a byte of binary. Because byte has 8 digits of binary to work with, and 8 digits of binary can represent up to 255 possible values, ASCII has 255 letters and symbols to choose from, including alphabet punctuation marks and symbols. For an example, the corresponding ASCII value of uppercase A is 65. A 65 in base 10 is equal to 1,000,001 in binary. So whenever you type a uppercase A in word program, coding or scripting program, somewhere there will be 8 tiny transistors arranged in the pattern off, on, off, on in binary, which is interpreted by 64 plus 1, 65 base 10. The first goal of a computer is to count. Using tally system with number of on switches which denotes number of things we have. This is one way. Or we can use the efficient counting known as binary where each switch represents digits of binary. In tally system, 8 transistor represents 8 different values. In binary, it represents 256 different numbers using 8 transistors. Computer can play games, can calculate massive calculations. Long before we got into the point that our phone can play three-dimensional games, it became clear that the number 255 is not enough because even adding four fully active microtransistors, that is bytes, together, we only get a number high as 1020. To solve this problem, new computers were designed to recognize 2 bytes as one single number. So now instead of referencing one line of 8 transistors, computer could refer two lines giving 16 digits for the binary. This was a huge help because it increases the amount of representable numbers exponentially from 255 up to 65,535. We find people talking about 8-bit and 16-bit machine configurations. This is just 16-bit machine is much powerful than 8-bit machine because your program is utilizing all of the 16 bits. Now decode the machine with the system of 64-bit. Binary code is also used for far more complex types of data. Each frame of this video, for instance, is made of hundreds of thousands of pixels. In color images, every pixel is represented by three binary sequences that corresponds to primary colors. Each sequence encodes a number that determines the intensity of the particular color. Then, a video driver program transmits this information to the millions of liquid crystals in your screen to make all the different hues you see now. Boolean logic uses two possible values, true and false, and are represented by high as 5 and low as 0 voltages. Transistors uses semiconductor like silicon treated with different elements to create an electron emitting N-type and electron absorbing P-type. They are arranged in three alternating layers: the emitter, the base, and the collector. In this typical NPN transistors, due to certain phenomena at PN interface, a special region called a PN junction forms between emitter and base. It only conducts electricity when a voltage exceeds a certain threshold is applied. Otherwise, it remains switched off. In this way, small variations in input voltage can be used to quickly switch between high and low output currents. The advantage of the transistors lies in the efficiency and compactness. They don't need heating. They are durable and use less power. That's why today's computer may seem like they're performing miracles. But underneath each individual operation is still as simple as the flicking of a switch on and off.